Okay, well, it's that time again. It's Friday, April 8th, 2022. In exactly 5 days, I'll be boarding my flight, business class on Emirates Airlines, to beautiful Dubai, which right today reached a high of 105 degrees. And then from Dubai onwards to Maldives, which today had like a high of 90 degrees, rain. And by the way, even at midnight in Maldives, it was 85 degrees. So I already know that when we get there, we will be running that air conditioner really hard, because if they're talking about midnight 85 degrees, oh, I know that air conditioner is going to be cranked up to 11. And I'm pretty sure in Dubai I'm not going to have any issues whatsoever with the heat, because I'm basically wearing nothing but summer clothes. And inside Dubai International Airport and pretty much everywhere else you'd be in Dubai, it's air conditioned air trains, air conditioned store. Everything's air conditioned. The malls are air conditioned, and they keep the inside of most of these places slightly below 70 degrees, while outside it's like 100 plus. So, oh yeah, I'm the only thing I got to do is pack my bags, and I think I got to get some roll-on. No, not roll-on, but I want to get that gel deodorant. But the problem is I have to get the travel size, because those goddamn TSA agents. The last time I think I went to, I think it was Dubai and Thailand, the fucking TSA. I had right guard, the regular size right guard. Those bastards took them from me. And then I also had a bottle of hand oil, and they took that shit from me too. And they said, yeah, you're not allowed to bring it if it's bigger than travel. I'm like, you gotta be goddamn kidding me. So that means that these TSA people are stealing your stuff. They're probably, if you had like a bottle of water too big, they're probably taking it to the back and drink it. And if you have a bottle of soda or something and you're drinking it and it's open, they force you to stand there and drink the shit. And if you don't, they don't let you get on the plane with it, and they force you to throw it out. So I'm just going to make sure I get a couple of travel size things, and make sure that I don't give these idiots in TSA. George Carlin said it best. These people have a triple-digit income and a double-digit IQ. I don't need these. They go through your stuff. If you take gifts, they force you to open up the gifts. They even if you take somebody a gift laptop to another country, they cut the goddamn box open and open it up, go through your shit. And you're not even a terrorist. It's like, first of all, terrorists don't ride business class, and they don't bring bags of luggage, okay? So it's like, what are you doing? It's like, you're not keeping me safe. You're pissing me off. So bottom line is I just got a little bit of shopping to do. I got to definitely get a haircut, because I know over there those people are not equipped to cut my hair. And that's about it. I might go to the barbershop over there. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, what's the point of this video? Well, I made a couple of small purchases this morning. As you can see, SM Oil is still pulling my train. I spent $200 and I made, what is it? Market value is $4,042. I asked a question. I was like, should I sell all my oil stocks and just, out of this portfolio, just cash out like $7,000 or $10,000, or should I wait until it goes to 14 or possibly 15, maybe even 20? Because I think by summer, gas prices are definitely going back up. I know oil, thanks to Russia versus Ukraine, the barrel of oil shot up to like $130. But what was funny was SM Oil and most of the oil companies that I have a large amount of shares in, even when the barrel of oil shot up, there was slight lag in their individual share values, because I guess it took time for more investors to pile into the oil companies. I'm not sure what it was, but whatever. So anyway, oil companies in this portfolio have been basically pulling my trade. So what I did this morning, I had some dividends. As you can see, I still have like $23.31 left out of what I spent this morning. But I basically cashed out close to $2,000. So therefore, the last time I made this video, I was close to $32,000. The last video I made, it was like 31.8 or something like that. but I cashed out some money and I took my dividends and I started repurchasing shares. So what you'll probably notice is, what is it called? Let's go by percent gain. You'll notice I got more Lucid, because Lucid was at a relatively low price. I think Lucid's low around before they did the IPO, it was like right about there. It rose up to, what was the low? Let's see. Let me close this. The low on Lucid, 52-week low, was $16.12. The 52-week high was $57.75. So I bought a little bit more in this portfolio. So as you can see, I got 10 shares right there. I still have $23 left. If I wanted, I could order one more share, but I don't even think there's a point in doing that. So I could wait. It doesn't really matter. I'll invest more over time, whatever. I also happened to buy this morning 2 more shares of Intel, as you can see. So I've got 2 shares right there, $47 each, $94 total. Intel was down. Everything's basically down lately because of Russia. Even Google and Amazon. Google and Amazon have been down because we're getting ready to launch new sanctions on Russia. So the thing about it is, if you bought 1 share of Google and 1 share of Amazon, or if you bought your shares that you wanted at Google and Amazon in preparation for the split, you're fine. All you got to do is just sit back, wait. As we get closer to July, I guarantee you will see the values of Google and Amazon steadily rise as either people decide to buy in before the split or they buy in post-split. Tesla said within 2 years they intend to do another stock split. And it's important to remember that even if Tesla's down right now, it almost doesn't matter when you buy in. So you might as well dollar cost average. And by dollar cost average, I mean, regardless if it's up or down, it really doesn't matter. Just give them your money. The Cybertruck supposedly is going to be on sale next year. They said 2023. So these people who ordered their Cybertrucks have been waiting since 2018 or something. People who ordered the Tesla Roadster have been waiting since 2017. People who bought that Tesla Roadster, they had to put down $250,000 up front. And if they had held on to that money, now keep in mind, this was 2017. If those people bought a Tesla Roadster, they handed over $250,000. Do you know what I could have done with their $250,000 when the pandemic hit? I could have rolled that money into fucking oil stocks, and I could have tripled or even quintupled that $250,000. Because all I would have done was I would have put it in oil and banks. And as soon as the market crashed in March 2020, well, bottom line is I took $5,000 and started this account, and this is where I am. And if you've been with me since the beginning, then you know what it is. So this morning I bought some more Lucid, and I bought some Intel, and all of that I did with dividends that had come back to me. I bought something else too. Oh, you know what it was? Investors Bank was recently purchased by Citizens Financial Group. I had 100 shares of Investors Bank, and those shares changed into Citizens Financial Group, CFG. So now when you see this stock ticker, you'll know where that CFG came from. So as you can see, they gave me some money back, but they took those 100 shares, transferred it into this more expensive stock, and they gave me 30 shares for that. But the market value basically was about the same because I got cash back for it. So anyways, like, what is this? The market value is $1,254. But when it was ISBC, it was something totally up because I bought it like 100 shares of like, I think it was like $3 or $5 or something like that. And then it went up to like $8, and it went up to higher than that, but then it came back down. And apparently Citizens bought them out, so there's been like a merger or something. But just in case you noticed this ticker, I'm just explaining what this ticker is. So I had 29 shares. So what I did was I went back and bought one more just to round this number out to 30, because that makes it easier to do the mental math. So I got 30 shares, $41.83. I already have a gain there of $379. Bottom line is, it's easy for me to talk about these gains because I'm betting on easy shit. I'm betting on banks and oil, and then I'm betting on the top tech companies of the Dow Jones. I have 5 shares of Google, 5 shares of Amazon. As soon as we get the stock split, I got 100 shares Google, 100 shares Amazon because it's 20-1. Now, I know a lot of you may or may not have that kind of money to try to buy 5 shares, but if you just buy one, you're going to get 20 shares after the split. Not only that, you're going to be on the, they're probably going to put Google and Amazon on the Dow Jones. So hopefully, if you had your chance to get your Google and your Amazon, I hope you did already. If you didn't, you still have a chance to do it. Because of this Russia-Ukraine situation, most of these stocks are down recently, which is that's a buying opportunity. Now, what you wouldn't want to be buying is this crypto bullshit. Now, this is the second part of my video. Where are all of the crypto gurus at? Where are all the people who literally told you for the last 3 years that Bitcoin was going to be $100,000 now? In fact, if we go back to 2018, they told you to your face Bitcoin was going to be $1 million by now. Some of these idiots who don't know math were literally telling you Bitcoin's going to be $10 million by now. Well, look where the fuck it is right now, 42,000. And that's down because it was 43 and 44 earlier today and yesterday. It was 44 yesterday, 42 now. Where's this $100,000 at, boys? Where is it? I feel so bad for the people who I know who have tried to show me their portfolios, and they make the mistake of showing me their fucking crypto portfolios. You got $2,000, $4,000, and they think they're doing something. It's like, guys, hey guys, and then I show them my I'm like, hey guys, I took 100 shares at $1.90 each and made $3,852, and you dare show me your crypto portfolio? It's like, really? And then for personal people I know, I'll show them my E-Trade and I'll show them my Charles Schwab. But on YouTube, I keep it right here to the TD Ameritrade. I don't show my other stuff, not unless I really want to. It's like I'm not one of these YouTubers who shows everything they got. I don't want none of you motherfuckers knowing where I live. I don't want nobody knowing where I park my cars, because some of these people steal. They'll come right to your house and steal the wheels off your car. I got an AR-15 next to my bed loaded. I've got another one under my bed that's not loaded. And if something goes bump in the night, big trucks start shooting. It's just that simple. And they could use this video against me in court. I don't give a fuck. It's the Castle Doctrine, self-defense. Because I've seen that they've got fucking Instagram models killing people and shit. And YouTubers had their houses broken into. Soulja Boy got himself robbed. They got people who know where you live and shit. They try to break in your house and steal your shit. This AR-15, wait, where's my AR-15? Hold on. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Right here? Yeah. You hear that shit? You hear that shit? It's like, nah, nobody's breaking in here. Nobody's robbing me. Okay? So it's just that way. That's how it is. So anyway, let's see. This is where I am, as I already showed you. I'm trying to get these numbers up, so I'm buying more and more shares of dividend payers. So as you can see on this list, I've added Intel, but there's only 2 shares there. I'm going to keep on adding more and more dividend payers. I'm going to keep on buying these Mangold stocks. But now back to crypto. Where are all these people who told me, oh yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Bitcoin's going to be $100,000. We're going to the moon. Where are those people at? Where are they? You know, it's funny, I was watching Stephen Graham, because Stephen Graham keeps, it's funny, every single other day he makes a video, oh, the stock market's falling, oh, I'm selling everything. And I'm like, first of all, no, you're not selling everything. I know you did not. And number 2, the market's dipping, but it's still the stock market. This is not this crypto bullshit where with the dip you have no idea if it's going to come back. These are real companies. In order for my portfolio to go to 0, you know what would have to happen? Microsoft would have to declare bankruptcy. Apple would have to declare bankruptcy. Tesla would have to declare bankruptcy. Berkshire Hathaway would have to declare bankruptcy. And so forth and so on. A bunch of banks would have to declare bankruptcy. A bunch of oil companies would have to declare bankruptcy. All of that would have to happen in the same amount of time because I'm diversified. These gurus kill me. And the sad thing about it is YouTube pumps these people up. These people have been giving out shit advice. Malinvestment. That's what they've been doing. Now, what have I been doing? Bank stocks, oil stocks, tech stocks, dividend-paying stocks, even the airlines. These motherfuckers have been trying to get you to invest in VeChain. That's what they... This is. Let's see what your VeChain fucking investment looks like today. What does it look like? Let's see your VeChain. I literally got into an argument with some dude near Wall Street because everybody thinks they know everything about fucking VeChain, and I was like, "You're investing your money into VeChain?" Yeah, the VeChain, because you know there's a VeChain. You invest in the VeChain, it gives you some all the kind in the R chain, and you got the R chain, and I'm like listening to this shit. And I'm like, excuse me, this shit makes no sense at all. What you're saying sounds like a Ponzi scheme. And, no, I'm sorry, no. Now, you look at this overall for, what is this, the whole time, it's up, what is this, 337%. But if you look at it at the year, it's down 47.94%. Now, the bottom line is VeChain, just like everything else, follows the exact same pattern. If you look at October 2018, back then pretty much everything was about Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. They drove all of this shit up during the coronavirus pandemic. All these fucking bullshit cryptocurrencies. I said it in so many videos. You know what drove these things up? The government was handing out welfare checks. That's what they were doing. So, with the government handing out these welfare checks, they were convincing you to invest, or I don't even want to use the word invest. They were convincing you to put your money into this fucking crypto shit so that they could hide inflation. See, the problem is when the government prints money and you use that money, you go out and buy stuff. What ends up happening is you take shit off the store shelves and we have supply chain issues. Demand is high, supply is low. It's economics 101. The reason why the government allows this crypto shit and these fucking Ponzi schemes to continue is because as they print these welfare checks, some of you are taking this money, putting it into the stock market, putting it into the crypto market, and the money is just either evaporating or they'll tax you on your gains later. And it works out for them. This is a gigantic Ponzi scheme. All of this crypto shit is a gigantic Ponzi scheme. Somebody please tell me the fucking use case scenario for Dogecoin. There isn't one. Now, yes, somewhere there's an ATM that somebody just set up that accepts Dogecoin. Somewhere there's a Shiba Inu machine. Oh, how's Shiba doing? How's Shiba doing? How's Shiba doing? How's it doing? How's it doing? Oh, well, this doesn't look like the moon. It looks really fucking low to me. Look at this. That's what it looks like. So they say, oh yeah, well, it's up 35,000. Oh my God, it's up 1,672,000%. If you bought it in the very beginning and you poured money into this shit, if you poured like thousands upon thousands of dollars into this shit, you might be up since 2020. You might be. But for the most part, chances are you didn't buy then. Chances are you bought when it was at the highs because everybody was excited and talking about it. And now you're down. Because if you look at this shit for the year, it's still 35,000. It doesn't make any sense. None of this shit makes any sense. But anyway, they were expecting this shit to somehow go to a penny. Guys, that shit ain't never going to happen. It's not going to no penny. In order for it to go to a penny, they literally have to pour trillions of dollars into it. It's not going to happen. But some of these people really think it's going to happen. It's just like with Bitcoin. They really think that this shit is going. So it's not. It's not going nowhere. People like Michael Saylor, I don't understand. And this dude, MM Crypto, these dudes are showing you these luxury lifestyles in Dubai. Chances are He works a regular fucking job. He said he worked as a taxi driver. But let me explain how this works. See, this is how these Ponzi schemes work now. And I did want to talk about XRP and Cardano because I know a lot of people got fucked out of their money with XRP and Cardano. Now, if you got into XRP in 2018 and you poured money into it, yeah, you might have made some money off of that. You might have. But the problem is most of these people didn't get in then. They got in when the shit was higher, like when it was $1, $2, because the problem is the psychological minimum they needed to believe in it was higher than $1. They needed to see it go high before they put their money into it. And by the time they put their money into it, it was too late. So I think XRP reached like $3 and something, and now look where it is, 76 cents. So for every $3 you spent, now you're down to 76 cents. But that's just what it is. So let me tell you how this shit works, and it also affects, what is this thing called? NFTs. What it is, right now, there's 20,000 cryptocurrencies. Why are there so many? They couldn't all have a use case. They don't. What it is, if you ever saw that movie Boiler Room, you should watch that movie. Oh, and by the way, we'll get back to VeChain in a second. If you watch the movie Boiler Room was about, this is a great movie. This movie was about basically a Ponzi scheme that was convincing people to work for it to make them feel like Wall Street workers. But meanwhile, these guys were not professional, and they were basically committing fraud and crime. If you've never seen this movie, you really need to see it. You should also see the movie Glengarry Glen Ross. That's another, let's see, Glengarry Glen Ross. That's another movie you really should see, because these movies teach you how to recognize Ponzi schemes and fraud from salesmen. But the bottom line is, the head fraudster was running a pump and dump scheme. And what he was doing was he was getting his people to hype up fake stocks, just like Jordan Belfort in that movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, which is another excellent classic, instant classic. And these guys were running Ponzi schemes by hyping up stocks that were basically bullshit. Like they were telling people, oh yeah, well, if you invest in this, we're helping premature babies grow a brain or some shit. And that's what they were doing. Now, in Glengarry Glen Ross, they were selling land that had like no value. It was like the timeshare market. Like, you know, people selling timeshares. It's something similar to that. But the reality is, these people are selling a Ponzi scheme. And a Ponzi scheme, the important thing to remember about a Ponzi scheme is a Ponzi scheme only works because of the new investors that they're able to get. So when you think about this cryptocurrency shit, and now you see that they're moving from crypto to NFTs. Now NFTs by the IRS are taxed as a property. They're not even they're not taxed like what's it called, an ETF. They're taxed like a property now. But the bottom line is, most of these people who are buying into this shit don't intend on filing their taxes, and that's where the IRS is going to fuck them over. Just like the people who tried to commit PPP fraud. These people, the government's watching you. They're watching you. And when they catch you, they're going to toss you into the booty house. And you'll have deserved it because you thought that you were smarter than the federal government. But anyway, as I was saying, they're running Ponzi schemes. They're running pump and dumps. And they made it look like a business. They made it look like this was a legitimate Wall Street business, but it really wasn't. And that's where they coined this term boiler room, where you've got a bunch of people in a basement dialing phones and calling up people and trying to sucker them out of money. Well, guess what? Cryptocurrency is the new boiler room. That's what it is. It's a Ponzi scheme. There's no use case scenario at all. The people who are buying this shit have convinced themselves that they're going to Mars, they're going to the moon, and Elon Musk is going to have them using Dogecoin for currency. First of all, let me just say it like this. You ain't never getting to the fucking moon, okay? First of all, you're not going to the moon, you're not going to Mars, okay? Mars is like 9 months worth of high-speed space travel. You're not getting there. That's number one. And even if you did get there, we'd have basically sent you on a suicide mission because we don't even have the technology to get you back to Earth. Not only that, if you did happen to get to Mars and lived on Mars, you'd never be able to come back to Earth because your body would have adjusted to Mars gravity. And if you came back to Earth after being on Mars for a while, the stress of coming back to Earth would kill you. The gravity difference would like literally crush your rib cage. And by the way, if you had children on Mars, the gravity difference is so great until your children would adapt to Mars gravity or the moon's gravity. Their bones would be like brittle. They wouldn't be able to lift their own body weight in Earth gravity. And if they came back to Earth, they'd die. Guess what, guys? You're not going to Mars. You're not going to the moon either. The moon has like 1/6 of Earth gravity. Earth's gravity is like 9.8 meters per second squared acceleration due to gravity. If you go to the moon, like, you're not going to the moon. It's just not happening. But can't tell y'all nothing because y'all want to shout back, oh, no, you stupid. We going to the moon. We going to Pluto. That's what y'all say to me. We're going to Pluto. No, you're not. And by the way, Pluto's smaller than Mars. So even if you could go to Pluto, you can't go to Pluto. Because if you went to Pluto, your body would literally like just fucking collapse. Like, well, no, you'd be able to walk around okay, but by the time you came back to Earth, you'd be dead. And by the way, Pluto's so fucking far away that in your lifetime, you're not going. You're just not going. I don't know where these people get this shit from, but you're not going. So that's just that. They keep, but let me say this. Crypto's down considerably. Every single one of these fucking things is down. Well, Safe Mars is up because there's some people still think they're going to Mars. And Safe Moon is not down that much because there's some people out there who still think somehow they're going to the moon. They believe that they can finance a safe trip to the moon. They believe that they can finance a safe trip to Mars. That's their mission statement in this shit. Every time I think about that, I'm like, how has the IRS not clamped down on these people yet? Dodge Elon Mars, you ain't going to Mars. You ain't going nowhere. You're not even going to ever see Elon Musk in the flesh. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You see him on TV, but that's about it. You're not going nowhere. You're going to stay right here. You're going to stay right here. So anyway, Dogecoin, everybody was Elon Musk hyping up Dogecoin. Hey, Elon, why isn't Dogecoin $1 yet? What happened, Elon? What happened? Nothing at all. Shiba Inu, all these goddamn dog pictures on coins. What happened? Nothing at all. Nothing. I think the government is trying to wrap up its case against XRP. I believe that I don't know which way that's going to go because the government went after XRP with a vengeance. But if it was me, I would have gone after everything else as well. But they basically made it so you can't even trade that shit. But even if you could, why would you want to? You know, they tried to make it seem like there's a massive use case scenario between companies. But it turns out that the transaction fees and the energy used is high and shit. It doesn't even make sense. And that's the sad thing about it. The crypto market has basically collapsed because of two reasons. Number one, coronavirus quarantine is over. You're going back to work. Not only are you going back to work, the government's not giving you any more welfare checks. Like some of you who are already getting welfare checks are still getting welfare checks. But they're not handing out these STEM checks. The Republicans are doing their job fighting back, making it so that we don't go any deeper into this $30 trillion hole, but chances are we'll be at $31 trillion within a year. Furthermore, gas prices are so fucking high that it's infected everything else. Your food prices are high. Just driving to work is high. Driving to school is high. Gas is high. Your mommy, when she goes to the store to buy food for you, your parents should do is kick your asses out of their house. And you know what eagles do? When eagles have baby eaglets, at first it's soft and it's cuddly. The nest has soft down feathers and everything. And it's very, very soft, right? And then they lay their eggs, and then the eaglets hatch, and then they raise the eaglets into, full-grown eagles that can fly, right? But you know what the eagles do? The eagles start pulling out the soft stuff. They start pulling out those feathers and the soft stuff, and then they leave behind hard branches Because the Eagles, your parent Eagles, are trying to tell you, guess what? You're over 30 years old now. You're over 40 years old now. It's time for you to get the fuck out. You need to go find your own house. I don't care what the market looks like. Go get an apartment, get a job, get an apartment. But some of y'all are still living with your parents at 42, 40, 30, 35. If you're 30 and you're still living in the house with your parents, they should have pulled out all the soft feathers and kicked your ass out by now. And you know who I'm talking to, too. If you're 42 years old and you're a female and you're still living in daddy's attic, he should have kicked your ass out by now. He should have said, guess what, honey? Daddy loves you, but it's time for you to go get a man, and it's time for you to get the fuck out of my house because you're old and you shouldn't still be here. If you're a boy, you're not in daddy's attic. You're in mommy's basement. Mommy should tell you. She should come down and say, hey, listen, son, you know, I love you. Mommy loves you and everything. It's time to get the fuck out. That's what she should have done. But most of y'all are living with your parents, so you've got extra money to risk in Bitcoin. That's the problem right there. So here's the thing. Now that prices are so high, now you ain't got no disposable income. Now the government's not handing you a welfare check every other week. Nancy Pelosi's not sending you a welfare check every other week. Joe Biden's not sending you a welfare check every other week. Now you're not getting the extra help, and gas prices are high, and food prices are high, and cost of living is high. So guess what? I guess there ain't much money to be putting in no Bitcoin, huh? I guess there ain't much money to be putting in no Ethereum, huh? I guess there's not enough money to be putting in the Litecoin, huh? I guess there's not enough money to be putting in VeChain and XRP and Cardano. Oh, I make so much money on Cardano. Cardano going to the moon. No. That's over. That's over. It's time to get back to reality. Reality. Your parents should be kicking your asses right now, but they're not. And they're letting you coast. You're living in mommy's basement. You're living in daddy's attic. You're coasting. And you're getting away with it. But the reality is, the hard, cold voice of reality speaks through me. And I'm telling you what's coming. And I've been telling you what's coming. I told you, I said, take your money, buy oil. I said, take your money, buy tech stocks that pay dividends. I told you, take your money and buy banks. But no. Oh, no! No, you crazy! No, we're going to take our money, we're going to put in Shiba Inu. We're going to put in Dogecoin. We're going to the moon. We're going to Mars. We're going to Jupiter. We're going to Pluto. That's what you told me. I have a very simple question to ask. Have you gotten to the moon yet? Have you gotten to Mars yet? Have you gotten to Jupiter yet? And have you gotten to Pluto yet? I would say the answer to that is probably no.